It appears the Conservatives have yet another problem on their hands. For anyone unsure what I'm talking about, let me catch you up. Earlier in the week, we saw former Conservative MP Tobias Ellwood suggest that Boris Johnson should be reinstated as Prime Minister. This came after polls showed that Keir Starmer's Labour Party had opened up a 20-point lead over the Tories. And this isn't the only thing that's gone wrong recently for the party. No, sir, another nail has been hammered into the coffin of the Conservatives. But this one might just be the final nail, in what can only be described as a classic case of Brexiters biting the hand that feeds them. Ex-Reform MP Rupert Lowe has pledged £1,000 to a fundraiser after he mistook a charity rowing team for illegal migrants. You heard that right. A Brexit hardman has donated £1,000 to a Remain campaigners charity after mistaking a boat full of Brits for illegal immigrants. How embarrassing is that? So let's get into the details of this story. Last Thursday evening, the now independent MP for Great Yarmouth took to social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, where he shared a picture of a boat in the water near some wind turbines off the Norfolk coast. In the caption, he wrote, "Dinghies coming into Great Yarmouth right now, authorities alerted, and I am urgently chasing. If these are illegal migrants, I will be using every tool at my disposal to ensure these individuals are deported." Well, how embarrassing is that? Not only did he accuse innocent British people of being illegal migrants, but he also threatened to use every tool at his disposal to deport them. What tools does he have at his disposal? That's a question for another day. As it turned out, the vessel pictured was actually an ocean-rowing boat crewed by Row for MND, a team of 4 Brits who are attempting to row from Land's End to John O'Groats to raise money for Motor Neurone Disease MND charity. Yeah, sorry, but there was absolutely nothing suspicious about this. These 4 Brits were simply trying to raise money for charity, but our boy Rupert Lowe didn't think so. One of the rowers, Matthew Parker, told The Independent, "I don't know anything about the guy or why he's taken that picture. And I don't know why he's assumed that we are migrants. We were dressed in the Union, Jack and England kit. I'm a little bit surprised that someone would assume that we were illegal immigrants. People normally associate boats going to the English Channel from France, not from Land's End to John O'Groats," he added. "We were so far off the coast. It's not like we were trying to make a landing. We were out there rowing. When the Coastguard contacted the team to ask if they could see a dinghy in the area, Mr. Parker told them there was a vessel there, but the Coastguard said it was likely the same boat in the photo. Then the Coastguard informed the crew that the police wanted to know who was in the boat. Mr. Parker said, "At that point, I thought something was up, and then they sent a lifeboat out. When the lifeboat got alongside us, they asked us what we were doing and why we were out there and how many people were in the boat. They must have been alerted by the previous contact from the Coastguard. They checked our details, checked that we were legit, and then left us to it. After realizing his mistake, Mr. Lowe pledged £1,000 to the team's fundraiser, but said he will not apologize for being vigilant. On Friday, he posted on X, 'Good news, false alarm. The unknown vessel was charity rowers. Thank goodness. As a well done to the crew, I'll donate £1,000 to their charity, raising money for MND. Keep going and watch out for any real illegal migrants.' Mr. Parker told The Independent he wasn't aware of the donation, but said the team would certainly benefit from it. He said, 'Obviously, we're all paying for our own place in the boat. So any extra funding we can get helps towards our fundraising target.' Now, let's not be cynical here. Yes, it was funny to see one of these Brexiters accidentally support a Remain cause. But more importantly, a good cause was supported here, that being MND. Motor Neurone Disease is a terrible condition. Steve Sinnott, a former professional footballer, is currently living with the disease. So anything that raises awareness and funds for MND is to be applauded. And let's be clear, this is not to say that illegal immigration is not a serious issue. Illegal immigration is a serious issue and should be discussed and debated properly. But this isn't about illegal immigration. This is about a Brexiteer mistaking a group of Brits for illegal immigrants. In a video posted on their Just Giving page, the team said, "On July 25, 2023, we set off from Land's End on the first leg of our Atlantic Challenge, a 2,300-mile row across the sea to John O'Groats. With 24 hours of daylight, we took advantage of the conditions and made the most of the first day and a half of rowing to cover over 100 miles. However, after this, the weather took a turn and overnight the forecast changed dramatically. Overnight winds went from 10 to 25 knots, making for a very uncomfortable second night at sea. So after rowing around the clock since leaving Land's End, we made the decision to head back into Milford Haven in Wales to regroup and assess the damage. Despite the uncooperative weather, the Atlantic Challenge is far from over. So we set sail and headed back down to Land's End to start again. Well, whatever you think of this story, one thing is for certain, Mr. Lowe is going to need to sharpen up his fact-checking skills if he doesn't want another embarrassing situation like this to happen again. So let's move on to your breaking ball. This is where you come in. I want you to take a second to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out and allows us to keep making great content. You can also do other things such as like this video, comment your thoughts below, and share the video to help us reach a larger audience. But the most important thing is that you subscribe so you never miss a video. Thanks for being here today, and I'll catch you in the next video.